welcome to my channel. This is your girl, Mermaid Scales Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me here. This is a general love tarot reading for the Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and or any other strong placement for the sign of Leo. And this is a general reading. Please keep that in mind. Only take what resonates, leave what doesn't for someone who needs to hear this message. Hi Crosswatchers, you're very welcome here if you're interested in a Leo. I mean, who wouldn't be? I like to remind Leo and Crosswatchers that energy is fluid, so please just keep that in mind, that if you feel the roles are reversed, you're more than welcome to interpret the reading as so, if that fits your specific needs. So for this reading, I'm tuning into the energy in and around your psychic field of someone that has romantic feelings or intentions towards you right now in this moment, whether you are single or taken, whether you're in a connection currently in separation. Why is this energy coming through? What do they want to tell you that they can't or feel like they have to hold back from? And is there anything else you need to know? So without further ado, let's go ahead and get this reading started. I first am going to start off my reading using a sound bowl here to clear set the energy. But if you don't have time for that, no worries. I completely understand. Go ahead and check out the pinned comment below with the timestamps to get right into the card pull, as well as the description box of this video. If you're here with me now, thank you so much for joining me. It really does help me connect to your energy by doing this. So I'm going to ask everyone to take a deep breath in. I'm going to ring the sound bowl 3 times, and during that time, I just want you to open up your energy, to ask the questions that you may be having about your love life, and if there is a certain someone, start thinking about them now, and we'll see what the cards have to say. So let's take that deep breath in. And tune into the energy of Leo. Okay, well, the first thing I saw was someone like switching a light switch on and off, like, when like you're a kid and you were trying to make that strobe-like effect, like on and off, like light switch. So that's kind of telling me from the start that this is a connection that you have in or around you that is always like on and off, hot and cold. You guys will be really into each other and then kind of stop talking and then reconnect again. I feel that this has been ongoing between the two of you for quite some time, if not just like a few years even for a few of you. And then I saw 2 N's in someone's name, so that could be someone's first, middle, or last name, as in, Hannah or Nathan, for example. But yeah, I'm kind of wondering about this situation. Someone feels as if, like, I was seeing how I almost kind of like this little gong holder thing was almost like falling off the table, rolling away, and I wonder if there's someone that like is kind of trying to start to go off in a new direction or feels like they have no other choice but to. But then I had to like immediately catch that as being like, no, you're not going anywhere. I need you right now. So I wonder if there's that dynamic going on in a connection, and some of you guys are just wondering what the point of it is, if it keeps on going on and off. Like, why are they trying so hard to keep this if they don't really want me here? I feel those are some of the questions that some of you guys have. So without further ado, let's go ahead and see what the cards have to say about this energy that wants to come into your reading and give you a message. So Spirit, tell me about this energy for Leo. What is the energy surrounding Leo at this time? Why are they coming in Leo's reading? Okay, first card here, we have reconciliation. I am not surprised to see this. And it says someone from your past is returning to your life. So there is someone that wants to reconnect. They're wanting to turn, from my little meditation vision, I saw like that light on, game on for them. And what I was describing too, when you guys noticed before I even got into the meditation of that, like, little gong holder thing, like almost falling off the table and catching it, like they may be sensing that you are starting to detach. You are really starting to, set your sights on other things if this isn't going to go anywhere. So they may feeling the need to act now in order to reconcile, in order to, you know, keep this going between the two of you, but someone's still kind of asking, what's the point? You know, like, yeah, I get that we have a strong sexual connection. I get that we have a strong chemistry. We have a strong, you know, vibrance, but it never lasts. So what are we doing here, you know? I think someone's going to be a little bit annoyed by this person's return almost. Tell me more about this person, this energy that is in or around Leo's psychic field. Okay, so we have addict. Interesting. And the light attribute is helps you recognize and confront addictive behavior. Shadow attributes compromises integrity and honesty, allows an addictive pattern to have authority over your inner spirit. And even in this, I don't know if you need to pause it to look at it. It's like this dude who's trying to fight the waves. This is someone who really thinks like emotions is a weakness and therefore like tries to keep emotions at bay, is not very emotionally available, I will have to confirm, and may kind of like be a little bit reckless with their emotions because they don't know how to manage them in a healthy way. But again, maybe addictions have been affecting this connection here. There could have been someone who's currently addicted to something or has had a past addiction that they're battling. I also kind of feel like this addiction towards each other though, you know, in a way. And I think that's where, Leo, you are very aware of this. I would say like addiction so much on your side now as it was before, like wondering what they're up to, what they're doing, why they're playing these games, like trying to look at their social media, trying to connect with their energy to see what's going on. Like, I don't think it's as prevalent for you now as it was back then, but I think you definitely are aware that you guys kind of need this like validation from one another at times, or knowing that they still care, knowing that they still want you, or at least that's how they're feeling about the situation, right? And maybe you are trying to kind of fight those, you know, ego-tied validations, wants from this person that you know is not really fulfilling you, is not really giving you that same cup of love that you may have had before with this person, yet they still are thirsty for it, they're still hungry for it, and that's what they want to keep this addiction for one another alive. But it's kind of fading out on your end, and I think they're recognizing that, and I think that's making them a little terrified here, although they would never admit that to you. Tell me more. What does this person want to say to Leo? I haven't told anyone how I feel about you. I feel unworthy of your love. Damn, there's the crux of it. Wow. So I haven't told anyone how I feel about you. For some of you guys, I wonder if it's like always a little on the low or secretive that you two hook up again. Maybe it's because, you know, with your long history, your friends and family members are overhearing about it. Or again, maybe there is a little third-party situation going on, and that's why they kind of are not very wanting to put this connection in the light, let's just say, between the two of you. Or again, like this person, for some reason, they think emotional dependency or emotional connection means their sense of loss of control, loss of power. So they just don't tell anyone close to them, family members or friends, when they're, you know, really deeply involved emotionally with someone, when they start to care about someone. They don't want that to be used against them. It's very strange. Let's get into the tarot to dive deeper into this. So, how do they feel about you? What do they think of you? What do they like about you? What do they not like about you? What do they like about this connection they have with you currently? And what do they not like about it? And what are their highest hopes and deepest fears in regards to this connection with you, Leo? What are they really hoping is going to happen and unfold between the two of you? And what are they afraid of? Wow. 3 major arcanas already. So I can tell this is a significant connection and always has been in your love life. Yeah. I'm going to do a deep dive right when I get all the cards out. So thank you for being patient with me. Okay. Yeah. I know the 7 of Swords was going to be here. I had that feeling. Yeah. Person likes to play mind games. And I think that's from an inability to be real, you know. Someone's over it. Yeah. Okay. Bottom of the deck, we have the Three of Cups. This is Cancer energy. So some of you guys, this could be kind of describing how you guys met. You could have met through friends, met out, you know, at like a wedding, at a birthday party, at somewhere, you know, concert, that you guys kind of met up and kind of caught on to each other very strongly. And again, maybe there was a time in your life where you guys were younger, maybe there was more drinking involved, you know, more partying in someone's past, that they may be used to that version of you from, you know, long ago. But I think that how they met you and the sequence of how you guys, you know, started to connect after that meeting has always been on their mind, and they want to re-spark that magic again. They want to re-spark that chemistry because they do have a lot of fun with you. They think you are someone that is great to have around, is someone that lightens up, brightens up the room, likes to have everyone feel comfortable, feel welcome. You know, you do bring a good vibe to the group and the energy. But, you know, again, this could be what has been on their mind up until this point leading here, that they want to reconcile. They want to talk to you again. They want to hear from you again. They want to hear that you still think about them. They're hoping that's how you feel the same way. But again, I want to keep in mind that this is Three of Cups. This is not, you know, Hierophant. This is not, you know, next level stuff. So I think even if it's been a little bit like we're talking, we're hooking up, or we're, you know, casually dating, it feels that way in their perspective, and they like to keep it that way, and they want to continue to engage in that with you. But yeah, it's like they want to have their cake and eat it too, and they think they can with you, Leo. So let's jump into this. How they feel about you is the Tower. Aries energy, Scorpio energy, something shook them up emotionally here. It could be for the fact that when they tried to re-engage with you, you didn't respond. You showed, you know, little to no interest. I gotta say, I wonder if some of you guys have been involved with someone else. I wonder if there is, you know, again, a new commitment going on with you and what you're trying to pursue. And this person sees like that you have moved on to someone else through social media, hearing about it through friends if you don't have social media. I gotta say, even someone here could have gotten pregnant, and that really shook someone up, whether it's with this person or even knowing that you guys may have, you know, a baby on the way or had a child with someone else. That has really shook them emotionally to their core here. But again, it's this person's inability to recognize their emotions and what to do with them that creates so much inner turmoil here. They're very not good at handling what, you know, good and bad emotions, whatever comes their way. They try to keep things no strings attached. They try to keep things distant, and they don't like to admit to themselves how much they actually do care. And when you're not truthful with yourself, things are going to start to manifest, and things are going to start to get chaotic because you're not solving the issues. You're just trying to bury it by ignoring it and denying it. But the Tower hit them in their heart space with you very, very recently, which is why it's making them want to kind of reach out and to make sure that you guys are still good, or that you still care, that there's still attraction there, because something happened recently that made them really shaken up in their heart space. What they think about you and think about this connection is justice. I gotta say, this person's a little self-involved, okay? And crosswatcher, if it's Leo, you are free to switch it around. But I think as if like this person wants to get their justice back, and how they see their justice being is having you still involved in their life the way they want you to be involved, in the way that, you know, makes them feel as if they're not slighted, they're not rejected, they're not blocked. They feel if that was an interaction they had with you recently, where you may have left them on red, they felt very upset by that, very hurt by that, and they want some sort of justice. So they may be kind of either waiting in the sidelines to see another green flag, or they're going to continue to pursue that until it gets back to where they think it's right between the two of you. This person is smart. I will give them that. They are very cunning. They're very strategic. And I think with this justice energy too here is that they think in order to get what they want, they have to not let their emotions come into play, not show that they're upset, not show that they're hurt. So they are thinking the right way to go about this, and the way that they'll get what they want out of it, their own justice, is to play this smart with you. And they think it's by, you know, not showing how much they care and having that, you know, strategic outlook onto this. But there's something they want to gain out of this, something that it almost feels like they want to win out of this. There could be someone that works in law enforcement or in the judicial system, in law, being a lawyer, for example. What they like the most about you is Judgment in reverse. This is a very interesting placement. So this is fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy, but I also feel Scorpio energy with this as well. So they like the fact that you are someone that, I got to be honest here, and this is just because it's their perspective does not mean it's the truth by any means, but you have not yet like put the final cut in. You may be mad at them at times, you may not respond to them at times, but they feel that there's still a chance because there's never been a direct confirmation on your end to say, like, I'll never do this again with you, I will never reach back out to you. And they always find a way to kind of restart this because of that fact that maybe this has happened before in the past and it never fully ended anything. You never passed final judgment on them the way they would think it would be a dead and done deal here. Again, I don't know if it's true or if it's delusional. It's up to each and every one of you, but they think that you are kind of open to always hearing their side. You're open to always kind of getting more information from them before you pass final judgment. And in a way, they may incorrectly think you're a little bit influential by that. I think with this Judgment in reverse too, you know, there may be criticism from your friends or family members that this person has received. And, you know, despite that criticism or despite that advice of not resparking, you've never listened to them before in that. And so they may kind of recognize through you in the past wanting to keep this going and never having a final judgment as a means that there is something powerful here between the two of us. What they don't like about you is the King of Wands, Leo energy. Yeah, I think you have a little bit of a temper when you're pushed. And I think once they know they pissed you off, they have to stay away. I think that you are someone that may be trying to regain the control of the situation or dominance in the situation. And maybe some of you guys have this little bit of power struggles between the two of you. Not that I'm saying that you want to have complete control over them. That's not what I'm saying. But like, you guys both have your own tastes, your own wants, your own preferences. And I think that there has been a time when you have been done compromising with this person, and now it's your time to kind of put your opinion, your voice out there. And that's something that they find challenging. They may be afraid that you found your own power again. They may be afraid that you have, you know, you're going off of what's best for you and your best interest. And to think that maybe now things have changed to where before you were willing to listen, now it could be something different based off of your new reactions and the new way you're going about things that you haven't with them before. It's making them feel like, oh, are they too good for me? Or do they think that's the case? Do they think there's still not something there? It's like they want to prove you wrong, Leo, of this scenario they're making up in their head. What they like the most about this connection is the Page of Cups. And I even think this is hard for them to fully realize and understand. Sorry, I have to censor these for YouTube community guidelines. But water energy, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy. This person could be younger than you. And if they're not younger than you, then they're definitely emotionally immature. And I think like what they like the most about this that they wouldn't admit even to themselves is that you have hit a part of their heart that was hard to find and hard to touch. And that like when they are completely honest with themselves in the split seconds that they do kind of see that there's something that they feel strongly about with you, that they do care about you. And others of you, if that's not so much the case, then they view you as a very sweet person, a very kind person. And that's something about you that they always found, you know, to be very attractive, almost like an innocence like type of energy, or a very pure type of energy. You don't seek to hurt anyone. You are very kind to everyone you come across unless they give you a reason not to be. And that is something that, again, they find very endearing, especially if they grew up in an environment that was very critical, very harsh, very, you know, not emotionally open. You kind of showed them a different side to relationships that can be a little emotionally safe if they would allow themselves to be. And I think you've always been emotionally available. You've always been vulnerable. And I think that's something that made them feel a little bit good in a way. Also, with the addict here, you could have been helping them through their hardest times, and whether that's through addiction, or again, your empathy, your light, your kindness is something that they don't have outside very much, except for when you're in their life. And that may be something that they find to be the key in holding you guys together, in a way that, again, they use sex as a main excuse, or the sexual attraction they have for you, but deep down, it is more real than that. What they don't like about this connection is the Seven of Swords, Aquarius energy. Now, what I was thinking when I picked this card up was that, like, their old tricks aren't working anymore. And again, like, it's unfortunate this person's like this, because I think if they were more honest and open, you would be fully into this. But for the fact that they think that this is like a win or lose situation, or they have to, you know, spin things to get their way, it's, you see past it now. You know what they're up to. You know what they're doing now. And it's not like anything where they can convince you otherwise. You've seen how they could be shady. You've seen how they have their tricks up their sleeves. And I think that they're frustrated with the fact that you're fully aware of that now. I think they're frustrated with the fact that, you know, they think that you don't trust them anymore. You can't rely on their words anymore, that there's always an ulterior motive. And you know they're up to something. And that's a feeling you can't shake off. And I think they are starting to see that maybe you fully waken up to something here about them. That they may say they want something, but when it really comes to acting on it, they don't do it. Highest hopes is the Five of Swords. So Aquarius energy again. Yeah, I think the highest hopes again is that win or lose type of energy I've been feeling from the start is completely verified by the Five of Swords. They're hoping that they can convince you, that they can, you know, draw this connection and addiction they have for you back into the equation of their lives. But again, it's for their own gain. Maybe possibly at your expense, but they're not really thinking it that through. They're not really seeing it. And I think that with the Five of Swords, they're hoping that with this strategy, or with this mind game that they're hoping to in place, is going to be something that eventually you'll just give into. Because it's exhausting otherwise. Or, you know, it makes you start to think of the old times again. It makes you wonder if there can be something again. But they're hoping that whatever mind games that they want to play, or that they're going to use in order to reconcile with you, will work out in their favor. And I just saw a bathing suit picture. I wonder if someone recently posted that they noticed and is kind of gearing them up to want to reach out. Or they're looking good in a bathing suit. I don't know. The deepest fears is the King of Swords. Aquarius energy again. Very strong Aquarius energy. So I think they're afraid of confrontation. I think they're afraid that you see past their BS and you're going to call them out on it. You're going to be very direct with them in it. There's no more of that enduring, kind Page of Cups energy that you may have showed them before. When you're around this person, you know you have to go and switch in a different mode. They may be afraid of your coldness, of your distance, of, you know, already making up your mind and no way of changing it. Due to the observation, due to your experience and the wisdom you've gained, you now see right through this person. And they're afraid that that's the only perspective you're going to have of them, and there's no other way of seeing them ever different again. Wow. All right, Leo, to see the likely outcome, what is likely to happen and unfold from now to end of the month as we go into July that you need to be prepared for, aware of, what are they going to do, not do, we're going to go ahead and take this to Patreon for the extended reading. I'm going to overturn this card here to show you the likely outcome, pull some more tarot oracle cards, dive deeper into this. So if you guys have more questions and you swear this is your reading, I promise there'll be more answers for you in the extended reading. So if you'd like to join me for the extended reading, open up the description box of this video and you will find the link to Patreon that will take you to the extended reading. For those of you that love my channel, I have started an exclusive Mermaid Scales Tarot membership where you will have access to all the extended readings, period, where you don't have to repurchase if you want to watch other placements, cross-watch. It'll all be there for you at an amazing price, as well as some exclusive content that I will not be sharing on YouTube, but only with my Patreon subscribers. So if you are interested in it, please check it out while you're over there on Patreon. This is where we depart. Thank you so much for joining me, Leo. And if this resonated with you, please let me know. Drop a comment below, hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe. I love you, Leo, very much, and I'll see you next time. Take care, Leo.